Squarespace is always changing the menu system, and to be fair, it's always with the goal of how do we make this better? How do we make it easier for our users to actually navigate to the back end of their website? But what often happens is it confuses people. And so what I wanted to do was put together a deep dive where we could go through every single menu item together, and I can explain, where it is and what it does. So without further ado, let's get. Okay, so you join me on my own website here. Now you can see, we blow it up, standard backend editor, but the menu system is just always changing. So that this might be out of date within like 2 weeks. But if we go through, I'm going to show you basically where everything lives. I'm not going to go super in depth, like here's how to get into the sections, etc. But we'll go website, selling, invoicing, content and memberships, donations, etc. So up at the top is website. This is what most people are going to be using. If you click in one, you'll see all the pages on your website. This, I think, is the same as it's been for quite a while. So all your main navigation, anything that's in here will be this up here. Anything that's not in here, in the not linked section, that will be still visible on the site unless the page is disabled, but it just won't be accessible up here. Then we go down and we've got utilities. So I really think that this should be broken out into its own section under here. I think utilities would be better served under there, but whatever, I'm not a product designer. So go down, utilities, system pages. In here, we've got your 404 page, so you can have a custom 404 page, or you can select any of the pages you want. Then you've got checkout, so you can customize the checkout screen if you've got an e-commerce store. I don't on this website, so nothing for me to do here, but you can just do some basic styling changes there. And then lock screen, so if you password protect your site, you can change the layout. This bit's all the same as it has been for a while. So that's how you get those system pages. Then if we go, and also you can collapse the main and not linked section just like you would a folder, which is nice. Then we've got website tools, which is really handy. This is where you can have all your custom CSS. So obviously I have quite a lot of that on the site. Custom CSS, your header and footer code injections in here. Then you can do your announcement bars, that would be across the top. If I just enable this, for instance, it's in there. Then we've got, let's go back, promotional pop-up. So what comes up like this. And then we've got mobile information bar, which only comes up on mobile, as you can imagine. For some reason, it never does the preview first time round. It's made a complete fool of me. Yes, it does. Anyway, I've been doing a video prior, and it didn't show the preview, and I had to cut it. But okay, it does now. So sorry, Squarespace. Anyway, cancel that. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure promotional pop-up and all of this actually used to live in marketing. So that's definitely changed. And then trash. So just anything that you delete stays in there for 30 days. Pretty standard stuff. So that's pages. Then you've got site styles. So you can access it by clicking here, or you can click up here. It's the same thing. So styles, it's going to open up this right-hand side menu. And then you can edit your themes, fonts. This is slightly different. You can see a quick interaction, which is quite cool. And then miscellaneous in there is animations, spacing, image blocks, cookie banner. Now, this is just styling in terms of the cookie banner, so I might make this a tad bigger actually, just while I'm here, and then you can change the color, etc. So things are shifting about quite a lot because this miscellaneous stuff, I'm pretty sure that used to sit outside of here. Anyway, so animations is just everything like slide up or fade in. I think we've got 5 different ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That hasn't changed. It could do with a refresh, to be fair. Spacing is just basically the max width of the site, and then also site margins. Pretty sure I just put a random number in there. It's terrible. Cookie banner. Image blocks only applies to classic editor image blocks. So you can see here, poster type, card type, overlap, all of that. You can edit that, but it doesn't apply to Fluid Engine for obvious reasons. Just classic editor. So that's website. Now in selling, you can have products, orders, discounts, and selling tools. I won't go too deep into this because I can't actually show too much. Look at that, almost 250,000 visits. But yeah, you can see all your products in here. They are, I think, if they haven't done it already, I'm pretty sure they are breaking this out. Let's see, selling, I think content and memberships, and maybe even donations and finance used to be under selling. So that's being broken out into its own menu. Orders, you can track all your orders, pending, fulfilled, and cancelled. This is pretty standard. But then you can see it jumps us down to finance and orders out of selling, which doesn't make much sense. But anyway, that's how it is at the moment. It's probably going to change. Then let's head back up to selling. You got discounts. So here you can set your discount codes. Let's say add discount. You can add name, generate a code, or an automatic discount, percentage or amount, or free shipping or local delivery. Apply, you can limit it, you can exclude, you can do start and end date or never expires. That is pretty, I think that's standard. And then selling tools, so you can see Squarespace is inundated with selling tools now. So custom merch, this uses Printful, I think. Products on Facebook and Instagram. Point of sale with Square, I think that's only the US. Google Shopping, product reviews. This is nice. Product reviews is a really nice feature, but I mean, this isn't part of the menu system. I'm not going to break them all down. But product reviews, wait lists, they're nice. Product status, that's been around for a while. And then accounting, so you can actually track all of your sales in here and actually download a report, which is cool. So that's selling. Invoices, so if you're using Squarespace's invoicing system, which I haven't actually had a chance to play around with yet. I always use a platform called Bonsai, and I champion that to everyone. So maybe I should try Squarespace's one. We'll see, but this is where your invoices live. This isn't a product breakdown. So invoices and projects, you can do your project management in here as well. So I might give that a whirl, maybe do a video on it. Content and memberships. So if you have videos on demand, if you have courses, membership areas, you can track all of them in here. Even blogs with a paywall on, you can track in here. I'm not over keen on this personally, but that's where it lives. Can't really do anything about it other than whinge at the moment. And you can track all the orders and what product you actually have. So do you have a course? Do you have a video on demand? Maybe you have 4 different courses on the site. You can track them all in here. And then again, you can have pricing plans, and you can see how it works down here. Now, donations, Squarespace has really improved donations. So you can see really clearly how many contributions you've had, total number of donations, and pledged contributions, so recurring revenue, which is nice. And they've also, you can see the help center stuff down here as well. But the donation block itself has really been improved. The look and feel of it looks way better. The fact that you can take recurring donations now, massive. Really, really improved that. But obviously, I'm not a non-profit, so I don't take donations. Contributions just goes one deeper, and you can see all the contributions in here, and download your CSV up top. Now, scheduling, this uses Acuity Scheduling. It's a separate, it's a separate software, but it was acquired by Squarespace. It's also like a separate menu system in itself. So Squarespace is, it's like their version of Calendly or cal.com, if you're familiar with those. Also allows people to pay, which is handy. It is actually a really good tool. I just prefer Calendly, so I don't use it. But anyway, that's where all that lives, and you do have to pay a separate fee for that as well. That's not included in hosting subscriptions. So scheduling, finance. Again, don't know why this had to be a separate thing. This video isn't to whinge. This video is not to whinge. It's just to show you objectively where things are. So orders, you can track all the orders in here. Again, download the CSV. You can filter. You can see delivery methods, pending, fulfilled, and cancelled. Been through that before. Marketing is a good one. So in here, you can see email subscribers. That needs to grow. You can then go into email campaigns, and you can send. So I have one automation, then a ton of different scheduled emails. This is getting a huge upgrade, the email campaigns, so that's good, very good actually, from what I can see so far. You can schedule, you can create, so you can do a blast, a welcome email. This is interesting, Labor Day email. I think maybe they just intro seasonal stuff in there. Thank you email, based on subscriber activity or customer activity. You can set up automation. So automations, I believe, are going to be one of Squarespace's biggest focuses in the coming years. That'll be interesting to see how this menu system changes. But basically, you can access your help articles, you can create, you can, if I go into send, you can reuse the template, and then you can send that as a blast or an automation, which is nice. Again, this is a separate fee for those who are interested in campaigns. I love having this integrated into my Squarespace site. I have, I think, 4 different email campaign subscriptions, and it is really good. Now, it's not as in-depth as MailChimp or, well, anything else really, but it's really simple to use and it does the job. So I recommend it, especially with the improvements that are coming as well. So you can track your email campaigns, and then inside marketing tools, you can access your promo pop-up and announcement bar as well. You can also, I don't run ads, so I've got no idea what the URL builder is. But for those who do run ads, I'm sure this is useful. Then we've got contact. I'm not going to click in because that will give away customer information or, well, subscriber information. But here you can basically see anyone who's subscribed to your email campaign or newsletter and anyone who's submitted a form. So you can go into form submitters, see anyone who's ever got in touch basically. And then analytics. So I don't mind showing you my analytics so you can see that is insane. I'm baffled by my own statistics there, because if we look, this is a complete detour, but if we look last month was pretty decent too. But it took off from here to there. Woof, yeesh. Don't know what happened there, but anyway, I was getting maybe like 15, 20,000, and then that's doubled, unless it's a glitch, who knows. Anyway, I digress. So you can see your traffic, where that traffic's coming from. So I seem to have blown up in SEO for some reason. Your keywords, so what you're ranking for, where though I've done a deep dive on this in another video. But yeah, I like Squarespace Analytics. Again, not as detailed as Google Analytics, but a good start point. And it's always got nice UI, Squarespace stuff. It's just always nice and clean. So you can check all of that. You can see what's getting engaged on your site, so what's being looked at most, home, portfolio, etc. And then any sales that you made, so you can track sales by product, page funnel, abandoned cart, etc. Now, you may think, okay, menu system done, well done, Sam. But there is more. So if we go down here into the cog and click settings, you'll see there's a whole new menu system down here. So you've got website, domains, customer notifications, etc., etc. I'm not going to read them all out. But website, site availability, this is where you set your whether your site is public, password protected or private, or in my case, I can do SSO protected because I'm a Squarespace Enterprise member. If you're interested in that, I pay 30k-ish a year to be part of that. So if you want enterprise features, that's the price of entry. Anyway, site languages, so you can set your default language. Mine's in the US. And you can also implement Weglot if you want a multilingual site. Then we go down, we've got regional settings. So again, much the same as up there. Set your location, time zone, and measurement standard. Not sure why you need that, but actually maybe for your e-commerce store, who knows. Cookies, so you can set your cookie banner, data privacy, whether your cookies are enabled, which I believe they should be. Favicon, so your browser icon. Social links, Insta, YouTube, etc. Social sharing, that was a tongue twist. And then you can see I've got my image in there. Pinterest, so if you want to enable those within a blog, or the whole site. I just have them on in the blogs. We've got import and export content. So whether you might be migrating to or from Squarespace, you can export an XML file or import an XML file for blogs, basically. Blog preferences, which is just RSS tags. Do you want to enable AMP? What else we got? Site promotion. So do you want to allow Squarespace to use your site in their promo? I would. Crawlers. So do you want to opt in or out of AI crawlers? It's toggled off by default. So if you don't want people to scan, toggle it on, or AI to scan. Domains and email. So you can set your domain and set up your Google Workspace in here. Customer notifs. You can set how this email looks, when people just get automatic emails. You can see all of this down here. What else we got? Selling. So your business info, you can input this. I've got a video on business info. You can set up your Stripe and your PayPal and your Square if you're in the US. Customer accounts, so you can manage all your customer accounts, obviously. Low stock alerts, cart. This is all e-com stuff, so set your taxes, etc., etc. I'm not big on e-com, but if you want to get into that, you can. Brand, so this is an interesting one. If you go into brand identity, it's going to let you set up like an AI, brand personality of some sort. Bit of a gimmick, but give it a go if you want. Marketing, so how are you appearing on SEO? And then you can add your meta pixel and ads as well. Third-party tools, so you can connect different accounts to here, so like your Google and your Instagram. You can see whatever's connected to your site, basically. And then you can go to the marketplace here where you can connect widgets and whatever you want to call extensions to your website. Then permissions and ownership. I'm not going to go in and give people's emails away, but this is where you can set permissions. So who can come onto your site, who has control of what, can they post content, can they make edits, can they just read, whatever it is, you can set that in here. Billing, you can see your subscriptions, invoices, payment info, so update any of that. Dev tools, you can set your API keys, you can do your URL mapping, so any dead URLs you can put in here and redirect. Website protection, so this is going to be your clickjack protection. I have no idea why that's not maybe it's from a tutorial. That should be enabled. Anyway, default text editor, rich text or markdown. You probably want rich text. SSL, you want that active. That's just like little green lock next to your domain or your URL. And then metadata importing. So does it import the image metadata when you upload from your computer? Finally, we've got Squarespace Labs. So we click in Circle Labs, you can opt in and out of like Squarespace and new product stuff. This is for people who are Squarespace Circle members. And, if you want to be a part of all of these things, so you can even opt out of Fluid Engine. I used to hate Fluid Engine, and so I did opt out. And then slowly I came around. But if you want, you just want to use Classic Editor, you can do that. You can toggle anything off and on, and it's just a nice way to get early access to features that non-Circle members get. So that is everything. And if you want to, again, I've got another video on this, but if you don't want to go through the menu system because it's so confusing, it's not confusing once you know, but if they make a change, it can get confusing. If you want to just directly go to somewhere, click / on your keyboard like this, and you can just search. So if I want to go to, site styles, I just click on this. I could have just clicked up there, but you know what I mean. Like you can just go straight into something by clicking / and then searching this. Like that's what I do for everything. So hopefully you found this useful in some way. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and hit subscribe. And if you want me to build your Squarespace website, you can get in touch using the links in the description.